Hello and welcome to Dragon's Crown Pro. This is the PS4 version of a game that originally launched on PS3 and PSP. Or not PSP, PS Vita. And I bought both of those versions because it had cross-save. And this version also has cross-save with those, which is nice. I'm not going to be using my old save, but it's there, which is cool. Anyway, this is a classic style beat 'em up, a belt floor beat 'em up, you know, go from left to right with a little bit of forward and back depth. Except it also takes a lot of inspiration from Dungeons and Dragons, which makes it pretty neat. It's got a bunch of different characters that you can play as, each one with its own difficulty. As you can see, the art style and content it's unique. This game definitely caused a stir with some of the depictions of women that it has. But yeah, I'm playing it anyway because it's a fun game. I will not be playing as a sorceress. Sorceress and barbarian are the two that caused the biggest stir. Or not barbarian, Amazon, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's just watch this little intro scene, and then we'll actually get started playing. I'm going to be playing as an elf. They're cute. I played as dwarf for my first file, which, honestly, I feel I hit the perfect character choice to begin with. Because dwarf plays an awful lot like River City Ransom, which I freaking love. And I'm gonna kind of miss not playing as a dwarf this time. But yeah, I just want to try something different. Alright, here we go. Let's start game. New file. So, here we can see all the different characters. Each one has a different difficulty level.
Okay.
Alright, let's do this.
So, yeah, Fighter is the easiest one to play simply because they are very survivable.
Well,
Sorceress, you need to actually pay attention to what spells enemies are weak and strong against, and manage your spells wisely and all that.
It's time.
Wizard is basically the same thing.
Shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Dwarf, you're playing River City Ransom. You grab people, you throw people, you hit them with hammers.
Get ready.
I have to wonder why they say that a well-rounded character is recommended for expert players.
Gotta finish my
Like,
thing.
these
Let's
two,
go.
you need
Shall
to
we?
be
It's
an
time.
expert
Well,
because
let's go.
they have spells to
Indeed.
manage and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
But she's well-rounded, but recommended for experts?
Ready.
Probably just because she's kind of frail.
Ready.
And, yeah, Amazon is
Let's go.
like the fighter,
All right.
but I believe she ends up hitting
Let's do
harder or
this.
something
My turn.
in exchange for being a little less tanky.
We're going. Get ready.
Anyway, elf. And switching her voice to Japanese just because that's the way I prefer it. Taking a look at all the different styles. I like grayish grandeur. Yeah, let's go with that. And we're gonna call her Garnet because I am lazy and don't want to think up a new name. We're gonna make sure to use the T and not the F, even though in this font a T is just an upside down F. That's kind of amusing. messages. Oh, that's right. I'm probably playing online, aren't I? We might end up seeing some usernames. Hopefully it won't be anything too offensive. This game does have multiplayer, though for whatever reason, they locked online multiplayer behind having cleared the game at least once. I don't know why they would do that, but they did that.
You seated yourselves and called for a stein of the finest mead. Your partner, Ranny, is in a particularly good mood.
Nice cold open.
Quaffing the bar's spirits buoyed your spirits. When things are lively, Ranny will recount a certain tale. You were an adventurer, just starting out, and didn't know right from left. It was then that you first met.
That's right, this whole game is a flashback. What? You move with the stick? Ah, that's right. We have limited arrows. That's why she's for expert players. Kind of sad that this crossbow is so much stronger than our regular bow, but then again, it has more limited ammo. Do I have to? I have full health. That's right, food can give you more than maximum health.
Shall I open that door for you? The rogue Ranny inquired, after appearing from out of nowhere. He thought that it would be a simple matter to take advantage of your naivete and pocket some coin.
So that's one of the benefits of playing this on PS4 versus well, I guess I'm playing on PS5, but playing the Pro version instead of the PS3 version is we have the touchpad, which we can use to mouse around, which is very helpful. There's actually a part of the game where mousing around quickly and efficiently is actually going to get you some pretty significant buffs. And, like, holding L1 and moving the cursor, this is all I get. This is as fast as I can go. That's it. Whereas using the touchpad, we're a lot faster, aren't we? So yeah, that was actually why it was more effective to play this game on the Vita than the PS3. It was easier on the Vita because it had a touchscreen for one particular part where you get buffs.
I got it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't need that crossbow. So actually, let's grab this crossbow. shoot the orc with it, and then grab the crossbow that has bolts and use that. This poor orc. Keeps dropping his weapons and then pulling out new ones. How many weapons does he have? Also, this is kind of pathetic, dude. He's not even turning to face me. I feel like a jerk now. That orc was just minding his own business. Was that just teaching me that?
Since that point, you've been journeying under mutually beneficial terms. You handle combat, and Ranni handles locks.
Was that orc just there to teach us that enemies can have health bars? Because it feels like that's all he was there for.
You came to Hydeland as an adventurer. Like many of your fellows, you strove to challenge the dangerous labyrinths here. The labyrinths were every bit as perilous as you'd heard. Most were lucky to even have their bones exit the ruins. You don't currently belong to the guild. I recommend registering. You can get jobs there and learn skills.
Okay, where is it? There it is.
Clad in full armor, the guildmaster, Samuel Joseph, stands in the center of the guild hall like a statue. He appraises you with a look and dismissively states that only worthless adventurers leave their equipment in disrepair. Your travels thus far have left your equipment positively thrashed. You resolve to rectify that before returning. The guildmaster directs you to Morgan's magic item shop. The magician is even able to repair magical equipment. To be deemed worthy by the Adventurers Guild, you must first repair your broken equipment. You conquer a labyrinthine set of stairs, and Morgan Lisley, shopkeeper and witch, welcomes you to her establishment.
Wow, he sure said "and witch" like it's some super intriguing thing.
There is no object's repair which does not fall under her purview, from ornate magic staves to rusted axes.
Wolfkinson, it's interesting that you ask under what circumstances someone's bones exit, but not the rest of them. It's a major gameplay mechanic in this game.
Welcome to my shop. What would you like?
Wow, my bow is freaking broken. Like, in the sense that it is not working. Not in the sense that it is overpowered. In the sense that it was functional, but then was not.
Adventurers come here not only for repairs, but for appraisals, and to purchase magic items. You will visit Morgan often.
Oh boy, I gained access to the main menu.
Your equipment is now unmarred. You should return to the guild and see if the guildmaster deems you worthy.
It's always weird to me when a game locks access to the menu behind a tutorial.
Once again, the Guildmaster Samuel Joseph stands in the center of the Guild Hall, like a statue.
Still statuesque, huh?
With your equipment now in tip-top condition, you request to join the Guild. Samuel issues you a test of skill. What will you do?
Let's not be jerks.
Your test is to help a warrior named Roland. Samuel says that you can find him in the ancient temple ruins. To prove your mettle for the Guildmaster, you head to the ancient temple ruins to assist the warrior, Roland.
Seriously though, this game's art style and animations are just a delight to see. They're very unlike almost any other game. But they all just work. And it's a great
A
fit
magic
for...
gate was recently found in the ruins on the outskirts of town. Use that to reach your destination.
It's a great fit for this type of game. Also, I forget whether other characters can double jump, but the elf certainly can. I feel like this is something later on. I don't quite recall. The last time I played this game, I think, was in 2013. It was a while ago.
Many things lie within the ruins of the old Elysian temple, some quiescent, some far less so. An ancient dragon, spoken of in myths, is said to have destroyed the Elysian civilization in one night.
Also, if memory serves... okay, thanks. If memory serves, there's things that you can poke to just get free items. Ah, right, there's these symbols here. If you press them in the right order, I think, it opens alternate path for later runs. It's like each of these dungeons has multiple different paths and stuff. Also, let's free this fairy, whose name I forget, but who...
You liberated a fairy that was trapped in a cage.
She'll be our companion for the rest of the game. Hey, Ranny, open that.
It's my turn. Done.
Alright, that's how this game's treasure works. Right, we can shoot through multiple enemies if we charge our shot. This is important knowledge. Also, I'm at like half health. That's not great.
You have made your way to Roland. At the guild's behest, he is looking for adventurers who went missing in the ruins.
I'm sorry, but he needs my help? Look at all these orcs he killed by himself. Look how ripped he is. Even his belt is angry.
For you to pass your guild exam, you must help him. Roland tells you to search in the ruins that are submerged in water.
You realize I can't breathe water, right?
Much time has passed since the missing were last seen. He tells you to bring back their bones if they are found dead.
Wow, I just knocked a pillar down on myself.
Outstanding. I got it. Simple. Let's see. Voila.
So we're supposed to go to
The
the right.
Orc army is apparently getting here via the waterway. Their cargo is various articles from ships that had been reported missing.
Okay, we need that. This is an optional area, and it certainly hits like it.
It's my turn. Simple. Oh my.
Don't mind me just shoving food bigger than my head into my mouth.
Oh, I can do that. I got it. Done.
A fire thrower, you say?
Yes.
Hey, guard.
Yes.
Fire thrower is surprisingly less potent than I expected.
Voila.
Guard, I do enjoy this game a lot. I have bought it 3 times, and my main file has, I think, 38 hours on it. So yeah, I already enjoy this game. I know it for a fact. I know there's a run button, but it always feels... Ah, there it is. Mouse over the shiny spots to make treasure appear. That's what it is. It always... Because when you run, you can only go in a straight line. You cannot move up or down at all. It's... You go straight, and you can stop, or you can slide. Or you can jump, but you can't move up or down at all. Whereas if I'm dodging, it's a little faster than walking, and I can go in whatever the heck direction I please. Wow, that's a lot of treasure in one spot. I'm glad I noticed that. Hey, look, bones.
You have found the bones of a missing adventurer. Sometimes, the dead have been known to leave behind a message right before they perish.
Apparently they should have used the crossbow. Running is definitely faster if you're just on a straight shot. Ah, yes, the harpy. Let go. I need to use my arrows more often. Basically every enemy drops some, and bosses drop them at multiple points. Hey, let go. Guard, my main file I played as a
There
dwarf.
seem to be more nests similar to this one spread throughout the area.
I
You
think I also
exit the area, taking care to avoid drawing the attention of any other harpies.
I think I also played... I think I played, like, every character to level 5 or 10 or something. But Dwarf is the only one that I had to the point where I could actually use it in places. And I really liked Dwarf, because it's like playing River City Ransom with all the grabbing and throwing of enemies. Hooray, levels. Okay, let's see. Ooh, an A rank bow. I think we want to appraise that. Alright, so bonus damage to demonic foes and magic resistance. And I think we can probably live without the D rank bows. The B rank bow might be worth appraising, but then again it might not. Yeah, let's appraise it. Why not? Okay, so you see, this is a better bow. It's got higher minimum damage, lower durability, but who cares? And Dex plus 7 is good. Yeah, Sorceress is one of those characters that just needs to get levels to actually really be usable. So here's a mantle we can use right away. Okay, item drop rate is nice. And some boots that we can use later. Wow, those sure are just boots. Better than nothing. And a mantle we can use later. Let's see what this has got. Lightning res. Sure, why not? And we can sell all of this.
You have fulfilled the request. Report your work to the Guildmaster.
I will, but first I'm going to equip some new stuff. Because I like having more damage. Yeah, just raising our minimum from 1 to 3. That's not bad, and higher dex is also not bad. And we're gaining no defense with this Auspicious Hunter Mantle, but drop rate is nice. And that's all we can really do.
You return to the guild to report your quest. However, Samuel gives you an additional task. It is possible to resurrect the dead with their bones. He tells you to go to the temple to attempt the resurrection ritual. Canaan Temple is a temple dedicated to the worship of the goddess Althena. Proceed there immediately. You were ordered to attempt to resurrect guild members at Canaan Temple. As you enter, a kindly voice echoes from the back. You seem to be in need of help, a monk says, and approaches you.
Dude's got huge hands.
The prayer of the monks sometimes restores the dead to life. The goddess bestows mercy to those whose time has not yet come.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
And apparently we are resurrecting Kimberly.
Allow this heart to beat again. Quench their thirst. Lead the wandering soul back. Reverse death. And awaken them. The prayer reaches the goddess, and the pile of bones is made new. The adventurer pledges their allegiance to you as thanks. Any adventurers you resurrect will wait for you at the inn. You can now fill out your party with those who are waiting at the inn. Please be aware that if you leave an area and one of your party has fallen, they will become lost. If you encounter any bones during your questing, be sure to bring them back and resurrect them so that they can assist you.
Yes, Wolfkinson, this is the resurrection mechanic that I was referring to. And it's a mechanic specifically so that you can
Okay.
fill out your party as a solo player. Yeah. Trying to... Is there... I want to make these not join on. How do I set it to join off? It says I can set whether allies can join me mid-adventure. Ah, there it is. There. Now we're playing offline-ish. So, the bones that you resurrect, if memory serves...
You have fulfilled the request. Report your work to the Guildmaster.
If memory serves, the characters you resurrect do not level up. But they do exist, and they're there to help. And it's nice. That said... Well, not that said. That implies that something else is going on. But another aspect of the mechanic is if you die and, you know, get a game over somewhere, then that puts your bones there for other players who are playing online to discover. And then they can resurrect you and have your character join them on their adventures. It's a neat mechanic.
After delivering your report, you think you see part of a smile cross Samuel's face. You are now registered with the Guild.
Only part of a smile, though.
You may now get cooperation from Guild members. They may participate in your party and help you in completing quests. The Adventurers Guild has a backlog of quests because many adventurers are occupied with the Dragon's Crown rumors.
Oh? You mean like the title of the game?
The king and his retinue left to find the Dragon's Crown and are missing. Many guild members are now searching for them. The existence of this crown that supposedly controls dragons is disputed, but the king was obsessed with finding it. Samuel hurriedly assigns you a new task. You get the feeling that he deems you reliable and trustworthy.
Well, that's nice.
It's a request from this country's Prime Minister. The quest's details will be provided at the castle. You wonder about the lives of the powerful people in that grand castle. You happily accept the job.
Oh boy, I can learn skills now.
You're back.
So let's first take a look at common skills. So, slide attack. You can have increased chances of knocking enemies down. Not amazing. Picking up coins recovering HP is very, very good. Picking up coins to add to your score is also kind of good. It helps you level faster. Max HP is always useful. Food healing more is always useful. Having a chance to not decrease the number of uses of temporary weapons is useful early on, though I feel like it's less useful later on. Reduced cooldown time between using items. That's helpful if you really need to chug down potions. Number of evasions in a row is handy. More item slots in bags is very good, especially as you keep playing. Now let's see what elf specifically can have. Okay, just increases the power of charge shots. That's good. Fire arrows more quickly. Good. Carry more arrows. Good. Shockwave arrows. Good. Shoot more arrows when when crouched or dashing. Good. Grant arrow and dagger attacks poison properties. That, if memory serves, that's really good. You can produce a dagger to attack with. That makes our melee attacks more effective. Fire properties, yeah, sure. If memory serves, this is very good. Adds boots defense to kick power. That is also very good for our melee abilities. More damage from behind with a dagger, self-explanatory. Though we're not going to be primarily using daggers, so probably not the best. This seems fairly helpful. And that's all we got. So, let's go ahead and drop a point. Or, nope, we need to be level 9 to get Battle Hardened. Never mind. And we need to be level 3 to get Spacious Quiver. So, Rapid Fire seems useful for doing more damage more quickly. And then we'll get Wealth to Health just as a longevity thing.
You have a request.
Help the honey buzzards. We've seen a dramatic increase in the wasp population in recent days. Some of our top scholars believe that this wasp explosion is due to the decline of honey buzzards. The scholars postulate that orcs have taken up residence in the ancient temple ruins and are hunting the buzzards for food. Without the buzzards consuming the wasp population is growing unchecked. If their supply chain can be broken, the orcs residing in the ruins will be forced to leave, thus allowing the buzzard population to rebound. Destroying a recent orc shipment in the harbor should be enough to encourage the orcs' relocation. You mean that thing I already did? But hey, we get a skill point for it, so absolutely.
You accepted a new request from the guild. You must go to the castle for further details. Flanked by guards, you are led through the secure castle. Princess Vivian and Prime Minister Gustav awaited you. The Prime Minister speaks a lot, in contrast to the silent princess. He asks you to swear to keep this matter secret.
Oh, secret, you say? Why is his beard so square?
The royal scepter has been stolen.
Uh-oh.
A witness who saw the thief described him as Tommet, a known bandit.
Oh, that Tommet.
Your job is to track down Tommet and retrieve the scepter. Also, for the sake of the kingdom, this must be kept secret. Ranni whispers that he knows of this Tommet. He is well known and is based out of the old capital. You bow and leave the throne room. In order to retrieve the royal scepter, you chase the thief into the ruins of the old capital.
Alright, so we could go to the old capital, but first, since that is recommended for level 3, we're going to do the quest here in the ancient temple ruins. Yeah, we were just here,
Many
but...
things lie within the ruins of the old Elysian temple. Some quiescent, some far less so. An ancient dragon, spoken of in myths, is said to have destroyed the Elysian civilization in one night.
Wow, she must really hate boxes.
It's my turn.
Yeah, this is the type of game that encourages grinding. Repeated clearing of the same areas. At least they give you quests, so it's not like, oh, just go there until you level up and that's all you're doing. But...
The Orc army is apparently getting here via the waterway. Their cargo is various articles from ships that had been reported missing.
It's still a grindy game. They expect you to go through the areas a lot.
I got it. Oh crap.
I like how he just went, oh crap.
It's my turn. Done. Oh, yes. Simple.
Yeah, that little oh crap just gives you just enough time to get away from the exploding chest.
I got it. Oh, yeah.
Excuse me? I wanted that?
Quit it.
This is a strong dagger. Maybe that skill that gives us a dagger is more worthwhile than I thought. Well, that sucked.
As you investigate the wall painting, you detect that the area behind the wall has been hollowed out.
I'm standing away from that.
simple.
Okay. Ah, bones!
Outstanding.
I'm sorry, but was that a whole extra skeleton?
They're here.
Also, you may notice that even though we set our character's voice to Japanese, it does not set other characters' voices to Japanese. Even if they are the same class. Oh, I'm sorry, what did you drop here? What is this? What is the thing that is being pointed out? Is it just arrows? I cannot for the life of me tell what is being pointed out here.
Be careful.
There we go. That harpy didn't last long.
There seem to be more nests similar to this one spread throughout the area. You exit the area, taking care to avoid drawing the attention of any other harpies.
I am interested by this S. Okay, we're level 3. Almost level 4. Okay, we got an S bow that requires level 4. Let's see what it is. Plus 8% damage dealt? Sure, I will take that. Also 6 to 10 attack is nice. So we are gonna go ahead and obtain that. We don't have an amulet yet. So even this one is worth something, even if it's just 5 defense. And that one's got magic resistance, so that'll be a nice upgrade once we can equip it. And gloves, we don't have any of those. Max HP plus 8, not bad. Also 6 defense that we didn't have before. Okay, let's see here. We do not have a better mantle. We do have an amulet. And we've got boots now. And we've got gloves now. Hooray, equipment. It only shows the equipment that we currently can equip, which I guess that's helpful. And let's see who we found the bones of this time.
How can I help you?
A level 3 elf and a level 1 dwarf. Well, let's get the dwarf. We don't have a dwarf yet.
Allow this heart to beat again.
Amazingly, dwarves and elves have the same bone structure somehow. Do I want this elf? I mean, she's a higher level elf than my current elf, but not by that much. I think I'll go ahead and keep my current elf. So, sorry, Adriana, but you're getting buried.
May they rest in peace.
Don't know why they don't let someone else try and resurrect him or anything, but... hey, whatever. And let's get Gad on our team.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And let's see if anything needs
Welcome to
repair.
my... What would you like?
Not really.
Which one do you want?
So... I guess we could buy potions and stuff. Not gonna, though.
What would you like?
So I don't need this... oh, we can't sell it for any money at all. Okay. I guess our starter equipment is worthless. Hey, McSmith. You never had a PS3, PS4, or PS Vita, or PS5? Like, anything with a PS in its name from the last
You're
10
back.
years can play this game. Honey buzzards, eaters of wasps. An advanced detachment of orc troops had been invading the ruins and were absent-mindedly feeding on honey buzzard eggs and chicks. This resulted in a marked decline of Hydeland's honey buzzard population. These large avians typically build their nests in caves and ruins. They eat insects, reptiles, other birds, eggs, small mammals, etc. Their favorite foods appear to be wasps, and they will actively attack wasp nests in order to get at them. This leads to their nicknames of wasp eaters or bug buzzards. With the orcs driven off, the wasp population will likely be reined in once again. Yeah, completing quests gets you neat art. It's another nice part of this game. You get neat art. Ooh, level 4. So, let's learn some skills. Yeah, let's get a bigger quiver. And I could give myself daggers. That does seem like it would be useful, but I think I'm gonna hold off. And instead, let's get money as power to speed up our leveling. And let's go back to the elf stuff to find something to spend one more point on. Yeah, sure, we're wearing boots now. Let's get deadly boots. Look at the veins on that dwarf. Feels like he needs to get that checked out.
These are the ruins of the ancient capital city. It was destroyed following an invasion from the Northern Empire. Now it is a dangerous place, full of dragons and wyverns.
That does sound dangerous. Whoa there! I didn't even see the sparkle. I was just moving the thing to try and point out the letter there, or the rune. And suddenly treasure came pouring out. What is X? Why X? Oh, that's right. The dwarf can throw his weapon, and the X is there because he can pick it back up on his own and have it faster, or he can let the X time out and then his weapons just automatically reappear in his hands. Wow, look at him just flattening these scorpions.
They're here.
Having Gad join the team was a good idea.
It's my turn. Done.
You find the bandit Tomet in a hideout amid the ruins, just as Ranny told you.
Hi, Tomet.
It is said that whatever this man desires, by thievery he can acquire. Ranny asks, "Are you Tomet, the bandit legend?" Beaming, he displays his spoils and tells the tale behind each item. When you ask about the scepter, he says, "That was indeed I," and goes on to boast exactly how he got into the castle.
Wow, you just tell anyone?
When you inquire further about the scepter, he deduces your true intentions and darts away.
Well,
Pursue the thief, apprehend him, and reclaim the scepter.
He's speedy.
You cannot capture a target swimming underwater. Watch for your quarry to surface.
Get out of the water, fish. I feel like this fire thrower isn't going to be very useful against fish. Come back here, fish. Are you done? I guess fish is done. Oh, looks like our buddy grabbed the fire thrower. Oh! Look who's back! Got it. Alright, let's go. Oh, I kicked him.
Yes.
Way to go, Gad. You are a scorpion killing machine.
An ambush.
Okay, that reaches a little farther than I thought.
You can hear the sound of a woman crying on the other side. The wall here seems thin enough to break through.
Oh. I mean, I thought it looked suspicious. Ah, bones! Where's the woman crying?
Let's see.
Were those skeletons crying? Okay, I had lost track of myself for a moment there. I don't need that torch anymore.
It's my turn. Oh, yeah.
Look at Gad there, just casually dumping out 500 damage on those things.
Get him.
Ah yes, death, your only weakness.
Be careful.
Ow. And if memory serves, if we defeat Comet, we get some alternate thing to happen. And of course, the thing has to be flying just above where my arrows normally fire. Hey, Comet. Oh, cool, now there's another wyvern. Just what we needed. Oh, cool! Definitely needed to have 3 of them. There we go. A potion and some food fixes me right up. I am out of arrows. That is a problem. But a problem that can be fixed. Well, got the wyvern.
You pin down Tomet, who is so stunned that he's actually been caught that he cannot move.
Wow.
Relenting, he produces the scepter from his bag and hands it to you.
Well, thanks. We did not get very many good treasures. But we did get a
You have
level, and those are
reclaimed the
nice.
royal scepter, stolen from the treasure room of the castle.
Oh, that's right. I didn't equip my S bow that I got. I don't think we have a level 5 mantle, but this one doesn't have any bonuses. It's only defense. This one's got bonuses. This one's got 2. Okay. Yeah, let's go with this one.
You must deliver the royal scepter to the Prime Minister at the castle.
Yeah, but first I gotta see who our new friend is.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
Ah, Steven, a level 2 fighter.
Allow this heart to beat again.
He'll be another nice meat shield.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Once again, you are led to the throne room under guard. This time, a man stands there with a presumptuous grin.
Oh, how presumptuous.
The man tells you to hand over the scepter. You tell him that you don't know what he's talking about. The man's mouth transforms into a twisted grin, and he signals his guards. They inch closer, swords at the ready. What will you do?
Well then. I feel like if he had explained anything, I might give it to him. But
You
no.
fall into a fighting stance. As soon as you steel yourself for battle, the Prime Minister and the Princess burst in. The Prime Minister orders the guards near you to stand down. The man twirls his cape and leaves, as if nothing happened.
Wow.
You sigh, relieved that you didn't have to shed blood in the castle to resolve the problem. The Prime Minister tells you that man was Count Dean, the younger brother of the king. He's trying to usurp the throne.
Wow, what a jerk move.
The scepter indicates the throne's heir. The Prime Minister says Dean had Tommet steal it to deny the princess the throne. The Prime Minister takes the scepter and narrows his eyes in satisfaction. He pays you for completing the request. The fairy you saved in the ruins appears before you. She seems to want to take you somewhere.
Well, we might as well follow.
The fairy leads you into an old ivy-covered tower. You find yourself in a cluttered room that seems to be a laboratory. Judging by the stratification of dust, much time has passed since anyone last entered this room. Letters amidst the shambles indicate that a magician named Lucane lives here. You find a message he penned on the desk. Lucane wrote that he was off to see a magician friend named Wallace in the underground labyrinth. The fairy uses various interpretive gestures to indicate that she wants you to find him. You accept her job request.
Because, of course, she can't speak. She has to gesture.
You head to Wallace's underground labyrinth to look for the magician Lucane.
But first, we head to the inn, where nothing of interest happens. Right, it's later that we get to see things there. And I need to remember to equip my better bow. Because, yeah, 3 to 5 is not as good as 6 to 10. Just something about the math of that. And we can get that new pendant. And let's go with this mantle. We still need more boots and gloves. And let's drop by the Adventurers Guild in case they've got a new quest.
You have a request.
Which they do. Beastmaster. For those who aren't adventurers, it is extremely rare for a human to ever encounter an elf. However, an elf shrouded in a heavy coat recently filed a request with the guild. Certain beasts have been sighted recently in many areas. A beast with giant fangs and small bipedal dragons. These are known to be special beasts that the Dark Elves used to ride. This elf believes that the fact that these beasts exist is proof that Dark Elves must also still exist in this world. The task requested of you is to face these beasts and see if you can mount one as your steed. Apparently, exerting dominance over one of the Dark Elves' most formidable assets would allay this fearful elf's concerns. So, kill 10 enemies while riding a thing. And they often live in the old capital, but they can live anywhere, really. So let's go to the underground labyrinth, maybe. Unless it's another place where I feel like I want a level before going. So you press the skip button, but it's actually just a fast forward button. And we are a high enough level for this, so let's just go.
This underground labyrinth is said to have been made in a single night with powerful magic. It is a dangerous place, replete with traps. It bars entry to all who would dare.
And it's got wizards. And these guys. Wow, these are some durable little tree folk.
It's my turn.
Well, this seems like a trap. There is nothing non-trap-like about this. So, we're gonna stay back. Oh, well, we're gonna grab that. And then we'll stay back and let you do your work, Ranny.
Yes. Voila!
The trap was sprung, and the door magically closed fast. Slime creatures are weak against fire. The torch on the wall could be used to great effect.
Amazing how knocking it off the wall instantly lights it.
The clink of metal hitting the ground can be heard. You obtain a magic key to open the door.
And let's get out. Hey, look what respawned. There's definitely stuff going on screen. As for what stuff is, I could not tell you. This is a little busy.
Out of the blue, a mouse darts out and leaps onto your palm. The rodent claims to be the apprentice of Wallace the Magician.
For some reason, I don't think that that's my character's palm. Like, maybe if I was playing as a fighter or something, but... Nah, that's not my elf's palm.
He says he was tasked with caring for the laboratory while Wallace was gone, but it is beset by malevolent magic users. When you ask about Lucane, the apprentice answers that his master's friend went into the labyrinth and hasn't returned. Your quest to find Lucane is delayed as you attempt to liberate the lab for Ricky the Magician's apprentice. The door to the laboratory is through this hall.
I got it.
Oh, you didn't expect a trapped chest, did you?
Simple.
Weird, that chest didn't seem very trapped.
Let's see. Done.
So he dropped arrows for Kimberly, but Kimberly refuses to pick them up. Okay.
They're here.
It's my turn. Simple.
Ooh, stepping on the buttons in a specific order opens the chest, but I have no idea what the order that, or what order that is. So if memory serves, it's like the same order all the time, so as soon as you learn it once, you learn it forever. And you can press the button in the middle to make it, to restart the puzzle. Camera, please. So let's try going in the order of the rainbow. And then let's do white, black. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know what the order is. And we'll be here all day if I try to figure it out here. So let's just leave.
Oh, yes. Voila.
Because the laboratory was being misused, some of the experiments housed within have now run amok. There's been a population explosion of mutated beings that spread their spores around. The labyrinth is overrun by fungi.
It's my turn. Oh, yeah.
Alright. Well, let's just go on through.
Get him.
Well, at least I was able to get rid of the hive thanks to being able to aim my arrows up.
Enemies!
Enemies? Was it really an ambush? They were just, you know, sitting here. Just off screen. They weren't even attempting to hide.
Outstanding. Let's see. Voila!
What?
Too short for me to hit with my arrows. Unless I aim them up from the appropriate distance.
Be careful.
Ah yes, the Doom Beetle.
Destroy the cocoons before they hatch, or they'll keep coming.
Yeah, these are Doom Beetle larvae. And if we don't kill the cocoons before they hatch, guess what we get to fight more of? Here's a hint. It's big and it's right there. Well, Kimberly died. Thankfully, your partners can resurrect you in this game. There we go, Doom Beetle down.
You found some bones that seem to belong to Lucane in the depths of the labyrinth. The tattered raiments and jewelry leave no doubt that the corpse is indeed Lucane's.
Well, I guess we were too late. Thankfully, death means nothing in this game.
You bring back the bones of the magician Lucane.
Okay, those will be some nice gloves, probably. Ice Retribution sounds neat. And we haven't really seen many demonic foes, so let's take that. And we can sell the rest of this.
You found Lucane, but he was dead. You imagine the fairy will be overcome with grief, but you need to return to her.
Still need new boots. So can't we just revive Lucane first?
Wandering one, how can I help
I
you?
guess not. But we can get Timothy here, a level 6 fighter. It's better than our level 2 fighter, but Meh. We're doing fine as we are. Yeah, we have to show her that Lucane's dead before we can revive him.
When you enter the laboratory, the fairy frantically flits around you, as if it senses your uneasiness.
Like, we're just being needlessly cruel here, showing her that he's dead before going to get him revived. Like, couldn't we just revive him first and then bring him to her alive?
Upon seeing Lucane's bones, the fairy enters into a panic. She begins tugging at your arm to get you to leave the tower.
Like, this would make more sense.
The fairy is apparently attempting to lead you somewhere. You collect Lucane's bones and follow her.
This would make more sense if the game hadn't already given us a tutorial for reviving bones. Like, if this was the revival tutorial.
A kindly voice echoes from the back. You seem to be in need of help, a monk says, and approaches you.
If this was the revival tutorial, it would make a lot more sense. But it's after we got that tutorial.
You nervously hand the monk the bones of Lucane. Allow this heart to beat again. Quench their thirst. Lead the wandering soul back. Reverse death. And awaken them. The prayer reaches the goddess, and the pile of bones is once again given flesh. Lucane, shocked to find himself alive, thanks you profusely. He tells you to visit him at his laboratory and leaves.
So by the look of him, we only revived him for him to live maybe another year or two.
The resurrected magician has returned to the old tower in town. You decide to see him to ask more details. The magician Lucane is waiting for you in the laboratory of the old tower. It seems that dying had an adverse effect on his short-term memory. Lucane can't remember why he went to meet Wallace.
Really? Dying has adverse effects? Who knew?
Lucane is researching magic called runes, which are closely tied to spirits and fairies. Lucane introduces his fairy friend to you. Her name is Tiki. She left the fairy forest due to her strong curiosity. He thanks you again for saving him and allowing him to enjoy life's rich pageant. He displays his magic trinkets. Lucane says he'd be happy to sell you these items at a fraction of the normal price and answer any questions you have. What will you ask?
Rune magic sounds interesting.
Lucane says that he would be delighted to discuss this and launches headlong into a discussion about runes. Runes are magical letters that spirits and fairies carved into the world. You may have seen them yourself. Touching runes makes letters sparkle and float. Runes are a combination of 3 characters that create various effects. However, runes won't work unless a spirit or fairy is present. That's what you gather from Lucane's long lecture. Before you realize it, Tiki is following you around. She seems to have taken a liking to you. She will accompany you on your adventures henceforth. Fairies are known to be adept at finding hidden things.
There it is.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now whenever we come here, Tiki is drunk off her gourd, bathing in a goblet full of booze. Which, I mean, she's living her best life, I guess.
A letter from the castle has come to you via the guild. It simply says to report to the castle in all haste.
Not only some haste?
You're back. You have a request.
Delicacy delivery. The flesh of the giant walking fungi, myconids, is a legendary delicacy among gourmands. However, myconids are also legendarily toxic. The lethal poison that they produce means that only a small portion of their bodies can be rendered safe for consumption. To balance the rampant demand for myconid flesh with safety concerns, a group of scholars would like to research how to cull these creatures in a manner that would provide the largest yield. They request that someone gather myconid spores from Wallace's underground labyrinth. Let's go ahead and get Power Shot. We could even get it to level 2. Yeah, why not?
You assume that the letter was sent by the Prime Minister. Perhaps he has another request for you.
Perhaps.
Count Dean is waiting for you at the throne room. It is he who sent the letter.
Wow.
After your previous encounter, you can only assume that he's up to something nefarious. You brace for combat. The guards have drawn their swords and are blocking the exit. Count Dean starts talking to you in a soft voice. He says that he has personally requested your assistance in performing a task for him.
Yeah, what's the task?
He wants you to scout Bilberon Fortress on the border. This underground fortress is a well-known structure. Originally built to defend against the Orc army, it now lies in Orc hands. Scout them and learn their invasion routes. It is a very dangerous mission, but refusal means that you will be at the mercy of Dean's guards. You accept. Per Count Dean's request, you agreed to infiltrate and surveil the subterranean fortress at the country's border.
So yeah, seems he's trying to get us killed. These are runes. Let me poke them. Hey, Copper. You don't look like you're Copper. Anyway, let's see about these orcs.
The Orc army presently controls Bilberon, the underground fortress built into the canyon. The King's army has been mounting a fierce offensive to try and reclaim the fortress.
Why can I not poke the rune? Can I poke it now that the enemies are gone? I appear unable to poke runes. Oh well. Well, would you look at all that treasure that was just sitting in the corner.
It's my turn.
Hey, is that Comet? Or is it some other thief? Probably some other thief.
You step into the enemy kitchen. A corpulent chef grabs a goblin instead of meat and suddenly stops.
Well then. Seems that goblin is, on the menu.
The cook, sensing your presence, stares directly at you. Luckily, her sight's not so keen, so she doesn't notice you. Eventually, the chef returns to her meat cutting. You use the goblin's screams to mask your escape.
Poor goblin. Wow, bombs do a lot of damage. And apparently these do damage to us.
They're here.
They're here.
Apparently death is boring.
The pathway, blocked with a stone wall, doesn't look like it would give way unless you bombed it.
Well, I guess we gotta find us a bomb. Should have brought one from the last area, huh?
What?
It's my turn.
Wow, that key icon showed up way far away from the door. This game, I forget whether it's T or M, but it's definitely one of them. Alright. We have befriended a dragon whisk.
I got it.
thing can't do a whole lot, but what it does well. Hello, sleepy orcs. I didn't get the killing blow.
I got it. Oh yeah.
Fate sucks, does it?
Let's see. Done.
There we go. I've established dominance and road beasts.
Pixie Luca. Oh my.
Oop, was a little too close to that. Hey. I didn't want to get off of you. I do want this point. I am doing fine, Copper. How about yourself? Well, turns out having a dragonless with infinite fire breath is helpful in dark rooms.
Careful!
It's my turn.
Oh, that's our buddy.
Outstanding.
Turns out having a dragonless with infinite fire breath in a dark room with wooden floors is slightly less than ideal. And it looks like he is dead.
At the bottom of the stairs is an area connected to the sewers. This seems your most likely escape route.
So there's a Minotaur down here for no reason. Excuse me, I want the crossbow, not the torch. Crossbows are good, because you just shoot them real fast. They do damage real fast. And then you put them away. There's really no reason not to come in with a full party. Because characters who get revived at full health. Ah, but they have a specific number of life points. And it costs gold to revive them when they run out. Sure, I can spend 50 gold. Out of the corner, please. Oh, wait, that's not it. Okay, we got more arrows.
After defeating the Minotaur, you move through the sewer's filth. The reconnaissance mission went well. You gathered intel and slipped back across enemy lines.
Hey, congrats on your house, Copper.
Among the treasures you claimed is the great sword of the hero Javelin.
What was that doing there? Well, that sure seems like it'll be nice once we can equip it. Yeah, I would say so.
You succeeded in acquiring intel on the underground fortress. This job will be completed once you report to Count Dean.
Okay, but first, we've got some extra bones.
How can I help you?
Okay, so we've got 2 level 8 sorceresses. Reagan and Clem. I have no idea which one would be better for us, but skills will probably tell us something. So she's got Thunderhead and Ice Prison. She doesn't have anything for fire, though, which is a little unfortunate. How about Clem? Yet again, Thunderhead and Ice Prison. Ah, except she's actually got them equipped, whereas she does not. Does that matter? I think that might matter. So let's go with Reagan, since she actually equips her spells.
Allow this heart to beat again.
And sure, we can take Melissa. We don't have one of those. Don't have
Allow this heart
Amazon. And I guess we could get a better archer or better elf, but no, let's go with a better fighter. There we go. And then we can bury the rest of these.
May they rest in peace. May they rest in peace. May they rest in peace. May they rest in peace.
As you leave the temple, a ragged old man slumped in the road calls out to you in a gravelly voice. His raspy voice makes it difficult for you to discern if he's even speaking your language.
Is he even still alive? I don't think Raggedy quite describes this man.
You can give him a coin if you feel pity for him. Of course, you're free to walk away as well.
Yeah, I got a gold to spare. There you go.
He doesn't even acknowledge the coin. He mutters over and over. You probably won't be able to communicate with him, no matter how long you strain your concentration.
Alright, so we'll put
All
Timothy
right.
in slot 1,
All right.
Melissa, and Reagan. Actually, hang on. Let's visit Lucane. We haven't perused his wares ever.
How can I help you?
Okay, I wanted to see rune magic, but it was grayed out, and I skipped past it to Bleed Tower.
Which one?
Okay, so you've got rings that do magic. I mean, I guess that's useful. Sure, why not?
You have a request.
The Dark Elf Beastmaster. Dark elves are antisocial by nature, even amongst themselves, a trait which ultimately led to their demise at the hands of other races. Surviving Dark Elves were forced from their lands by other elves, and mostly reside underground. Without a large central population, it's unlikely that future generations will inherit and carry on their customs. However, some individual Dark Elves still wander the land, using their magic to dominate violent beasts. You have the potential to be a beast tamer, a very powerful skill. Keep your bloodline going so you can spread this power to your descendants, the Dark Elf tells you before departing, never to be seen again. So yeah, Dark Elves. They're elves, but slightly tan. The Hero Javeline's famed sword would be the crowning object in any knight's collection. However, a lesser-known relic of Javeline's lies in the subterranean fortress. It is said that a noblewoman Javeline loved gave him a handkerchief before the famous battle against the orcs that claimed his life. That noblewoman wept away the rest of her days, dismayed that Javeline was unable to fulfill his promise to return her favor. Any soldier loyal to Hydeland would move mountains in order to reclaim the handkerchief from those filthy pigs. Open the treasure chests without waking the sleeping orcs. Didn't I already do that once? I like the sound of this. We can make our boots stronger. Let's take a look at the common skills again. We can get better wealth to health. That's great for longevity. And we can get better money as power, which is good for leveling a little faster. So let's do it. Leveling faster is good.
You report everything you learned to Count Dean. Unfortunately, you also mention the hero's legendary sword.
Oops.
Naturally, he demands the great sword, but at least he's in a good mood now. He thought you'd just flee, but you didn't. It seems that he thinks much more highly of you now. Dean confides in you some of the problems in the castle.
Is one of them him?
Once the king went missing, the Prime Minister began recommending the Archduke MacNeil of Bulgar to the throne. Bulgar is an aggressive nation to the north. MacNeil is related to the King of Hydeland and has a legal claim to the throne. Count Dean claims that MacNeil has been rallying nobles in Hydeland to support his claim to the throne. That's why Dean hired Tommet to steal the scepter. He says that Tommet is extremely trustworthy, so long as he is paid. Suddenly, the Prime Minister and the Princess appear. It seems you are being watched. The Count glowers and departs. The Prime Minister warns you not to involve yourself any further. The Princess, as usual, looks back with blank eyes. Since you completed the job at the castle, you return to the Adventurers Guild to tell them what transpired. Roland also happens to be here to report on a job. However, Samuel is not here. Roland is waiting for him to return.
At least this game is kind enough to have unrealistic depictions of both women and men.
Roland thinks that he just missed him and asks you to track down the Guildmaster and bring him back. You look for Samuel, the Guildmaster. He should be somewhere in town.
Oh,
Not in
how
Liu
can I
Kane's
help
tower.
you?
Maybe he's wetting his whistle. Maybe he's a pious man.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
As you leave the temple, a ragged old man slumped in the road.
Him again.
His raspy voice. You can give him a coin.
There you go, have another
He doesn't
coin.
even acknowledge. You probably won't.
Maybe he likes magic items.
Welcome to my shop. What would you like?
Actually, we should probably try repairing our
Welcome
stuff.
to... What would you like?
Yeah, our bow needed repair. Also, we should probably equip new stuff. We still haven't found new boots. Is Samuel in the castle?
You recall what happened at the castle. You report everything you learned to Count. Naturally,
Wow,
he demands.
you go in and it just replays the scene.
Count. That's why suddenly the Prime Minister.
Yeah, it's kind of telling, McSmith, that the elf has the most human-like proportions. She looks more human than anyone else. Also, if he's somewhere in town, where is he? I mean, I could go back to the subterranean fortress. I do need to for a subquest, but we're looking for Samuel. Did I just accidentally shoot my friends? We haven't been through here yet, but apparently it's not open yet. Okay, but like I didn't want to select that. Thanks for forcing me, game. So we've literally gone everywhere in town and have yet to find Samuel, so maybe he's back here.
When you tell him that you can't find Samuel, he tells you to check the temple. Samuel prays for his friends on occasion.
But I already did check the temple.
Did you find him?
No, I didn't. I literally just told you I didn't. And you told me somewhere to look. Why is the first thing you then ask, did you find him, when I haven't even left yet?
Wandering one, how can I help you?
As you leave the temple, a ragged old man, his raspy... You can give him a coin.
Ugh, fine, you can have
He
another
doesn't
coin.
You probably...
Actually, wait. Let's go back.
Wandering one.
We've
You
never...
stand before the
prayed
goddess
before.
statues, Jula, Althena, and Vernus. These statues have all crumbled.
So two of them more than the other.
Texts say the goddesses sacrificed themselves to defeat a dragon, which caused their likenesses to degrade as well. Althena, the one in the center, is the goddess of compassion, battle, and odyssey, making her popular with adventurers. If your party falls during your adventure, a prayer to Althena and a tithing of your money will resurrect the party. If you are repeatedly depending on her grace, the amount you must offer for her services will continually increase. A giant man in armor finishes his prayers and turns around. His pensive expression quickly turns fierce as he sees you.
Why?
He tells you that he was praying because he has sent many friends to look for the king, but they haven't found the slightest clue.
Well, that's a problem.
When you ask to help, Samuel just nods and hands you a request form. It's the same request the temple gave you. In a remote region, marriageable girls are disappearing one by one. The catacombs are believed to be linked somehow.
Okay. Yeah, sure, let's buy more XP.
As you leave the temple, a ragged old
Again?
is You can give him a coin.
Fine.
He doesn't even...
I'm gonna make this dude rich someday.
To solve the mystery of the disappearances, you head to the catacombs, where the villagers fear to tread.
I don't need to run there. I will say, one thing they absolutely nailed with the sorceress design is they gave her a massive hat. Everyone knows that for people who cast spells, the bigger the hat, the better.
In the catacombs, stark white bones are strewn about the ground as far as the eye can see. The sheer number of the deceased is the only indication left of this area's former prosperity.
Surprising nobody, the bloated guy explodes when killed. You know, most skeletons don't ask people if they like their clavicles.
It's my turn. Oh, crap.
Trapped chests. Ah, yes, everyone likes to eat meat and fruits and cheeses that have literally been interred.
They're coming.
Was hoping we'd be able to learn something about whoever's in the shiny one, but guess not.
A strange knight stumbles out of the darkness towards you. You surmise that he is not of this world. The knight is muttering to himself, as if in a daze. If I end my own life, they can no longer sacrifice me.
I mean, I guess that's true.
When you move closer, the knight extends his hand. He's holding a scroll. When you accept it, the knight disappears. The path ahead of you is connected to the ruins of the castle colloquially called the Castle of the Dead. In olden times, whenever a girl disappeared, the locals would say she'd been called to the Castle of the Dead.
Let's see. Done.
Because ghosts are incorporeal, they are completely immune to physical attacks.
Thankfully,
Their
torches kill them
weakness
instantly.
is light. Torchlight will drive them off.
Also, they do carry physical coins.
They're here.
It's my turn. I got it. Simple.
Baking torch in case of ghosts.
You saved a village girl. You must protect her now.
I must.
Oh, yes. Done.
Someone put a pretzel in that treasure chest. They must really like pretzels.
I got it. Simple.
Well, this seems like a lovely room. Oh, okay, thanks.
You saved a village girl. You must protect her now.
I feel like fire should be better against these spiders than it is.
Oh my.
Get away from the village girls.
Let's see. Voila.
Well, I'm sure stepping on that would cause only good things to happen. Well, what do you know? Thanks, NPCs,
It's my
for
turn.
just stepping right on it.
Simple.
What?
Outstanding. Oh, yes. Voila. I got it. Oh, yeah.
Well, you seem like not the type of village girl that we want to keep around.
The vampire smirks and flies away. You saved a village girl. You must protect her now.
I don't know, when vampires smirk and then fly away, makes me think that maybe something's not right about that village girl that we just rescued.
Protect the village girl. If she's bitten by the others, she will become a vampire as well.
Suddenly, lots of vampires. I need arrows. Well, we got the vampires.
The kidnapped girls had been turned. They are now vampires, attacking other people. You utter a silent prayer, hoping that you have slain the last vampire and leave the ruins.
Bet you there'll be more vampires if we ever go back. Come on, give me some boots.
In your hands is the bloody scroll that the Ghost Knight had given you.
Okay, that's all we get to learn about that? Also, there are no boots. You know, I'm betting this level 8 bow, or no, this level 9 bow, could be better than the one that we have simply by virtue of being a higher level. So, okay, so it's got lower minimum, but double the maximum. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take that because the average damage is considerably higher. And then neither of these amulets has any effects. They're just defense. Most of this treasure was trash.
You have unraveled the mystery of the village girls' disappearances. Obtain your reward at the guild.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
Alright, so I don't feel compelled to revive any of these. So we're going to put them all on the ground.
May they rest in peace. 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 May they rest in peace.
May they all rest in peace.
May they rest in peace.
Do we have to pay another
As
coin?
you leave the temple,
Yep.
is raspy. You can give him a coin.
There you go, have another coin,
He doesn't
buddy.
even. You probably. You are curious about the bloody scroll. You show Samuel the scroll and tell him what you saw in the catacombs. After examining the scroll, the signature and other details indicate that it is a letter from the king to the princess.
Oh, so we found some actual, factual evidence that the king existed.
It is a report telling her that he had obtained the dragon's crown. You wonder if this letter is true. You can't deny that the ghost was clad in mail that was eerily similar to the king's armor, so perhaps this is true.
Oh, hopefully the ghost was not the king himself?
The king's death will profoundly affect the kingdom and neighboring lands. Samuel orders you to report it to the castle.
You're back. You have a request.
Morgan's Web. Morgan Lisley, the witch who runs the magic item shop, has always had a burning desire for furthering the development and research of magic items. She has seized upon the idea of combining highly elastic spider silk with magic in an attempt to develop a fiber that would be resilient against any kind of attack. To test her idea, she requires some giant spider webs. Go and acquire some for her. Okay, I need to actually accept the quest.
Stop!
Why am I apprehended by guards?
Immediately, you are overwhelmed by guards and thrown into the castle jail, charged for a crime you did not commit.
Rude.
This is a common fate for people who hold a royal secret. You are being removed from the drama at the castle. After a few days, the cell door opens. Once your eyes grow reacclimated to light, you see Count Dean standing before you.
After a few days?
He unshackles your ankles and explains the situation to you. The Prime Minister had been jailing all of Dean's allies.
Rude. Also, why'd you only unshackle my ankles? What about my hands?
As expected, Gustav was working for Bolga. He used a magical necklace to control the princess and influence Heidland.
And if you were keen-eyed, you would have noticed that the princess's necklace, with its blue cat's-eye gem-looking thing, the blue gem on it that looked like a cat's eye, that gem was strikingly similar to the gem on Gustav's ring. Foreshadowing in, character designs.
Once Dean got Princess Vivian to safety and confronted the Prime Minister, Gustav fled with a ship full of treasure.
I want the treasure ship. Can I have the treasure
The
ship?
princess apologizes for involving you in this. While she was a hostage, Dean couldn't confront the Prime Minister. This kingdom needs a new ruler immediately. Dean is no saint, but he would make a good leader, you think. However, when Gustav fled, he also stole the royal orb, another treasure that represents the right to rule Heidland. If McNeil gets the orb, it will likely result in civil war. However, the orb does not appear to have reached Bolga. Princess Vivian asks for your help with this incident. You immediately agree and begin searching for the orb. Gustav's ship chose a pirate route, likely to elude captors. Perhaps his artifice was his undoing. You should investigate. To get the orb back, you travel to Ghost Ship Cove, a known pirate hideout.
With such a pleasant name to boot. Wait, we need friends. Some fairies are bad drunks. You won't get that drink back.
All right. All right.
So, you can use circle or square to run. But if you use circle to run, then when you let it go... or... if you let it go to end the run, you fire an arrow backwards. This is, interesting. Alright, so this is gonna be the last thing we do this stream. But hey, we're going to Ghost Ship Cove.
The inside of the cave connects to a fissure on the coastline. It seems large enough to contain another ocean. Sailors dread passing through this area. There are myriad tales of ships disappearing here.
Gee, is that how it got its name?
It's my turn.
That thundercloud is quite helpful. Sticks around for a while, too. Oh boy, more water. Well, as long as there are no fish.
a beautiful voice in the sea calls out to you. You'd heard of Mermaid's legendary curiosity. She asks you many questions.
Thank you for having long hair.
From your conversation, you learn Gustav's ship was indeed attacked by pirates. That means the pirates likely have the orb. According to the mermaid, the pirates scattered throughout the islands used this area as a hub for trade amongst themselves. Rumors claim that among their treasures is a magic lamp that can call forth a genie.
So pirates have a genie. Wolfkinson, are you trying to tell me that it makes no sense for a mermaid to have butt cheeks when she has no legs? Because this game would have you believe otherwise.
Come at me.
I got it.
This is actually the second Vanillaware game I ever played. I got it
They were being
specifically...
duplicitous.
Oh.
It was all a ruse. The pirates were spying on you the entire time.
Who was being duplicitous? We never heard anything about these pirates before. And we certainly never spoke to them before. So who was being duplicitous? Yeah, this is the second Vanillaware game I ever played. I initially got it specifically because I appreciated the art in the first one so much. And then the fact that this game is of a genre that I tend to enjoy just made it all the better. The last game that I played from them, and the game that I'm probably going to be streaming next, is Muramasa the Demon Blade, originally for the Wii, remade on PS Vita. And that game has some of the most cruelly appetizing depictions of food I have ever seen in a video game. Like, it is honestly criminal how good the food looks in that game. And that game is a Metroidvania, which I like those too. Hey, Kratos.
They're here.
3 days? Oh. So we've gained enough points that we gained an LP.
They're here.
Yes, Wolfkinson, it is beyond Monster Hunter World level. And what makes it even crueler is the fact that there are so many different meals on offer. And every single one of them not only looks amazing, but they make you press buttons to take bites out of it. Like, you actually have to make your character eat everything bite by bite by bite. And they actually show you animations of the bites being taken from them, which just makes it look even more appetizing. It is absolutely cruel. It is criminal how good the food is.
You've waltzed right into the pirates' den. They're coming to attack you. The pirates have the magic lamp. Your situation will turn quite dire if you don't take it from them. The pirate has called the genie out. Quick, get the lamp out of the pirate's hands.
I did, but where did it go? Where is the lamp now? Is this the lamp? This is the lamp. There,
You
now
have
the genie's
summoned
ours.
forth the genie. Don't let them take the lamp.
So, Genie, if you could do a little more to help, yeah, like that. Good job, Genie. Oh, the lamp's over there now.
You have summoned forth the genie. Don't let them take the lamp.
And this time it was one of my allies who summoned forth the genie, which means I am free to use my bow. Yeah, looks like it's just this guy left. There we go.
The magic lamp granted a wish and flew off. You
What was
find
the
the
wish?
orb stolen by the Prime Minister among the treasure the pirates left behind.
Was the wish just help in combat?
You reclaim the stolen royal orb.
Man, it sure would be cool if that had anything other than just raw stats. Boots. We haven't found boots in forever. Reduced petrification duration. Seems helpful if we ever get petrified. increased healing at low HP seems nice. And the rest of that stuff we can sell.
The orb you retrieved must be returned to the castle.
We didn't actually equip our new bow. I keep on grabbing stuff and then not equipping the upgrades. Wait, let's see whose bones we found.
Wandering one, how can I help
Oh,
you?
that's a lot of bones. Well, we can upgrade our... wait, no, that's a wizard. Well, we could swap the sorceress for him. But what can he do? Also, he doesn't have his spells equipped. Does that even matter? I don't know if that matters. He's got Storm, Thunderbolt. Okay, he is just exclusively a lightning wizard, huh? Pass. Yeah, I don't think we need any of these. Let's bury them all.
May they rest in peace. May they rest in peace.
Oh, there's a button to bury them all.
May
Bye,
they
everyone.
rest in peace.
Oh, neat. I got a thing I can't equip. Thanks, game.
As you leave the temple, a ragged
Oh, look who it
his
is
raspy
again.
voice make you can give him a coin. He doesn't even acknowledge you. Probably
Eventually, he'll stop accosting us every time we leave the temple.
You're back.
Yeah, let's get better rapid fire. Now we can fire 3 arrows in one go. I just used all of my skill points getting that. Oops.
You have a request.
A famous adventure ship called the Elliot, which was thought to have been lost at sea, has been sighted recently at a cove infested with pirates. An investor who had been financing the adventures of Elliot Pidd, the Elliot's owner, is understandably curious about what became of Mr. Pidd. Please go and gain some information on Mr. Pidd's recent activity. Alright, let's go return the orb.
the princess and count can't contain their surprise. They'd already resigned themselves to the worst possible outcome. You've won a great deal of favor from the royal family. The princess smiles upon you, and Dean trusts you implicitly. The succession imbroglio has been dealt with. Once the king is buried and Parliament approves, Dean will succeed the king.
It's not often you see the word imbroglio in a game. Or ever.
Still, the future king wears a somber expression. He knows Hydeland still faces many difficult challenges. The Shinyak Orc tribe is pushing in from the east, and more tribes are joining their ranks. They're an ever-present menace. Also, while Hydeland is currently at peace, Bulgar will surely strike if they sense an advantage. Worse still, the evil enchanters of the Mornion religion have cast their lot with the Bulgan threat.
Uh-oh. But what about the good enchanters?
You are beginning to grasp why the last king of Hydeland risked his life to find the dragon's crown. I need it, Dean mumbles quietly.
Uh-oh.
After completing a large task, You return to a normal routine, fulfilling requests on behalf of the Adventurers Guild. Whilst reviewing the outstanding requests at the Guild, you spot one from the magician, Lucane. It is about rune magic, but since you don't know too much about the subject, you're not sure what is requested. You tell the Guildmaster Samuel that you'll accept this job, and pay Lucane a visit to inquire about the details.
Finally, we get to learn rune magic.
You're back.
You entered Lucane's tower to ask about his request.
Not yet, I didn't. Now I did.
When you tell him that you have taken on his request, he immediately starts filling you in on the details. Certain Elysian ruins are highly regarded as a sacred area by monks. Unfortunately, monsters are desecrating these ruins.
Uh-oh.
Monks were dispatched to purify the area, but the golems that used to protect the ruins have turned on the monks.
Well, that's an issue.
Golems are controlled with rune magic. They asked Lucane to craft new golems with runes to pit against the old golems.
And I'm sure that will not turn out poorly for anyone involved.
So Lucane requested that someone go in his stead and use rune magic to craft golems. Do you comprehend how runes work? If you need an explanation, you can ask him.
Let's ask him.
Lucane says that he would be delighted to discuss this and launches headlong into a discussion about runes. Runes are magical letters that spirits and fairies
We've heard
carved
this
into the
before.
world. You may have seen them yourself.
Are you going to give us more details this time? Or is it going to finally sink in and we'll be able to use them?
Touching runes makes letters sparkle and float. Runes are a combination of 3 characters that create various effects. However, runes won't work unless a spirit or fairy is present. That's what you gather from Lucane's long lecture. Lucane hands you a stone that has a rune carved into it. Activate the 2 runes on the statue, then add the stone's rune to cast the 3-letter spell that animates it. You press forward and begin looking for runes.
Oh, how can I help you?
Well, at least now we can use runes.
You head to the ancient temple ruins at Lucane's behest. There, you need to animate statues using rune magic.
I mean, yeah, but not today. We are going to report our adventures, which apparently it autosaves for the most part. But yeah, that is it for this stream. Thanks everyone for joining in and chatting and all that good stuff. And I will see you folks probably tomorrow for more of this. See you then, friends.